Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we're going to be carrying on with our picture in Rita Berman's new book. So that's My Adventure Through Europe. So we've only got 2 pages left, so I've got my 2 little bits of paper and we're going to pick which one we're going to do. So I got this one, so let's have a look. And we've got the flowers picture. So that's this little one here. So I'll zoom you in and we'll get started. Okay, so taking our first shade, we're going to go in with Ube Purple. So I'm going to start to fill in the background with this. So we did the same for the other 2 backgrounds. We used these colours. So I'm going to go ahead and do the background first because we already know what colour we want it to be. And then we can take a look at the sort of flowers and pick out which colours that we want to use for the flowers. And that way we'll know, obviously, the background's going to be purple, but at least we'll be able to sort of see what the different colours are going to look like and which ones we want to pick for the flowers around. So I'm just going to go ahead and do a light coat of this all the way over the background. Next, taking Lavender 409, we're going to go ahead and add some shade into the background. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus it mainly on where the flowers are, just to sort of pull them a bit further out. And then just lift the pressure and do a little bit of blending into the other purple so we don't have a harsh line. Okay, so then going back in with our lighter shade, which was UBE, we're just going to go ahead and make sure that there's no harsh lines. So just sort of go over where you've put the shadows and just sort of darken it up and then lift the pressure as you come out so that you've still got the lighter parts in the middle. So next, taking Eggplant Purple, we're going to go ahead and fill in these little sort of grape looking flowers. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill in the circles, and I'm just going to use normal pressure for this so that we get a nice colour down. Then going back in with the Ube Purple, we're going to go ahead and fill in the background behind these. So I left this until after because I didn't want to sort of blur all the dots where we had the little grape showing through. I wanted to be able to fill them in first. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill this in. Next, taking periwinkle blue, we're going to start doing these, and I'm going to do these as bluebells. So I'm just going to go ahead and do a light coat on them in the periwinkle blue, and then we can go over with a shade colour afterwards. Next, taking robin egg blue, I'm going to go ahead and add some shade into these. So the first thing that I'm going to do is fill in the leaves that are further back, just to make them look a little bit darker, like they're pushed back a little bit. So here, like that little bit is further back, and this little bit here is further back. So we'll do this, which will give sort of like the illusion that the pieces that are further back are a little bit darker. For these bottom ones, I'm just going to sort of fill them in halfway so that the ends stay light. And we'll go ahead and add a bit of shade to this one. So I'll just do sort of like the top, and then I'll just bring it down along the edge where it meets the other one, and then just lift the pressure to blend that out. So for this middle one, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add some little lines coming down the petals. I'm just going to darken these up a little bit. Okay, so we'll do the same for this one, so sort of like the top edge, and then follow it along the side, and then lift the pressure to blend out. And we'll do the same for this side. And the same for this one. And then again, we're going to add some lines to the middle section. They don't all have to be the same length. You can do different lengths, but it's just to give it a little bit more texture in there. And then I'm just going to darken up the base where it joins to the flower. Then we'll go back in with periwinkle blue, and we'll just go over this to darken it up a little bit. Next, I'm going to go in with Egyptian blue because I don't think that's quite dark enough. You can't really see very well where we've put the lines. So I'm just going to go over the lines with this Egyptian blue and just darken them up ever so slightly. I'm just going to go ahead and darken up this bit as well. Okay, so next going in with watermelon pink. I think we're going to go ahead and do this one up here in the pink. And I've chosen watermelon pink so that it sort of matches with the watermelon picture that we did. So try and bring a bit of the colours in from the other sides. So for this one, I'm going to start on the inside and I'm going to gently bring the colour out. So I'm going to do harder pressure in the middle and then lift the pressure as we come out towards the end of the leaves. Then taking pink macaroon, we're going to fill in the bottoms of the leaves and blend it up into the darker pink. So you can just use normal pressure for this and go ahead and fill that in at the bottom and then just take it up and over the watermelon so that it all blends together nicely. And then if you want it a little bit darker, you can go back in with your watermelon and just sort of darken up that colour. Okay, so next taking pink macaroon or macaron, we're going to go ahead and do these daisy-like flowers. So I'm going to do like a base coat with this light pink colour. So I'm just going to fill in all the petals. Then taking fuchsia, I'm going to go ahead and add some shade to this. So this is quite a dark colour. So the first thing that I want to do is just follow these lines in the middle and just make them a little bit darker. So going in with peony pink, I'm going to go over and add some shading. So I'm just literally going to colour over where we've done the line, just to blend that out a little bit. And then I'll just go back in with pink macaron and just go around these edges. Next, taking Tuscan Sun, I'm going to go ahead and fill in the middle part of the flower. Then using ginger, I'm going to go ahead and add a bit of shadow to this. So I'm going to go ahead and shade it in this section here. Just darken up that little bit there. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and do these two flowers the same. next going in with Eggplant Purple, I'm going to make a start on this big flower here. So what I'm going to do is focus this colour on the ends, sort of like the bottom piece of the flower, and just bring it slightly up where we've got like the little dots and lines. And then I'm going to do some on the top as well, so I'll show you that in a minute. So you just want to go ahead and just sort of fill in the bottom and follow the lines up throughout the flower. And then for the top part, we're literally just going to follow these lines down just to bring a bit of this colour down and into the middle. So I'm just going to go ahead and darken this up. So going back in with fuchsia, we're going to go ahead and fill in between these. So basically just fill in the rest of the flower. Now I'm only using light pressure for this because I still want to be able to see the eggplant purple. I'm just going to put a little bit more pressure in the middle here just to darken this up a little bit. And I think I'll just add a few lines here with the eggplant purple just to sort of bring that down. Next, taking violet, I'm going to go ahead and fill in these little round dots that we've got dotted about. So I'm just going to use normal pressure and just fill these in completely. So next, taking absinthe green, I'm going to go ahead and fill in the leaves in the background. Next, taking mint green, we're going to go ahead and add some shade into that. So the first thing I'm going to do is shade here where the flower meets the stem and just bring that down along the right hand side. And then I'll follow this down and do some shading on the right hand side again. And the same for the leaves. So I'll probably speed this bit up for you, just so it's a little bit quicker, but I'm just going to go ahead and shade on the right hand side. So next, going in with our Posca pen, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add some highlights. So the first thing I'm going to do is fill in these little dots that are falling from these flowers. I'm going to add some random dots in the background so that it matches this one. We'll go ahead and add a little dot of highlight in the middle of these flowers. I think we'll just do some tiny little strokes on this one. And I'm just going to go over these ones again because I can still see the little black lines. So I want to make sure that's gone. And I'm just going to add a few tiny little white dots around in the background. And then just going back in with watermelon pink, I'm just going to fill in these little tiny bits up here where the flower's got its little sort of stem sticking out. So I'll just fill these in. And we'll do these little ones up here as well. So that's it, you guys, that's the finished little picture. So I'll just bring it up so that you can have a little bit of a closer look. I'll have to apologise about the lighting in this video, but it's actually dark when I'm filming, so I do apologise. Next time I will do it in the daylight. But yeah, that's how it came out. So we've only got this one little picture to do now, so we'll do that one on Sunday, and that'll be this page completed. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.